Hometown product. I'm not biased or nothing like that. I mean, but I'm just saying. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I got with me from Houston, Texas, elite male, 203 pounds plus, fresh out of the ring off of a victory over a tough customer. The gentleman that you just saw, Pryce Taylor, very despondent, very dejected because of the loss that he took. That loss was to this gentleman right here, Joshua Edwards. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Houston proud, right?
Oh, yeah, I represent.
Represent. I love it. And again, I'm not trying to be a homer or nothing like that, but I was born and raised there and all that stuff, But I tell you what, you fought a tough competitor.
Yes, sir.
But I tell you what, we actually watched your opponent. Obviously you were busy, so you didn't get a chance to see. We watched your bout yesterday.
Okay.
He stood right here with me.
Yeah.
While you were boxing. Understanding that he was going to take the winner between Skylar Lacey and you.
Right.
We discussed this, right? I asked him, which one of those two gentlemen would you rather box tomorrow in the championship? Because he had already won.
Yeah.
He said, I want the shorter dude. I want Joshua.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
That's what he said?
He said, I want Joshua.
I mean, that's my boy, but he made the wrong decision, man. I've been working hard.
I don't know if they got the tape somewhere. I said, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you don't. Because, don't get me wrong. Skylar Lacey, a good fighter in his own right, but he does different things.
Yeah.
And boxing a guy like you, and you can see it in the bout with Lacey. You're going to give him trouble. You're going to move around, and make it tough for him to get his hands on you. And the same formula, getting in the ring, with Taylor as well. So that was something I felt was going to be difficult for him. I thought he would have had a better shot, dealing with a guy like Lacey who wasn't going to give him as much movement. Yeah. Absolutely.
With me being a smaller super heavyweight, I guess I'm only 21 years old, so I'm still growing into my frame.
Right.
I walk around at like 225, 226.
Right.
And I got a smaller frame. So when I was smaller, my coach made it big in the gym for me to stay mobile and keep my hands moving, to try to show something that no other heavyweight was doing. I wanted to give him a new face to see.
Right. Now, when during the bout, and I'm standing here and I'm watching the bout, during the bout, now obviously, between rounds, you're sitting on on a stool between rounds, you're in your corner and you have your cornermen that they're talking to you. Were you able to see him in the other corner while you were between rounds?
No, I stand during rounds.
That's right. You stand.
That's what I work on in the gym. A lot of people use the stool. I don't use the stool because that's just what my body's used to.
Right.
But I turn around. Me and my coach, we make it big to stay relaxed. To where when he starts screaming, like when somebody's screaming at you, you're not registering everything you need to register.
Right.
So he's just giving input on what he needs to see, what the judges want to see, and where he thinks I stand as far as winning the fight. So I turn around, I look at him, he gives me water. He this actual tournament, he was able to go down and see where I was ahead.
Right, with the score, the open score.
With the score. So yeah, it was after I seen I won the first 2 rounds. I knew he was coming out to get a knockout.
Right.
But I had to keep moving around.
Well, and that's why I asked you that if you could see him between rounds. You're right, you do stand. And as you were saying that, you're right, I do remember. But there was a point in the bout between the second and third round where I was wondering if you saw him, because he did not look as if, I'm not going to say he didn't want to keep going, but he did not look as if anything was going to be different in that third round. You know what I'm saying?
With Pryce Taylor being what I would say, with him being 25, I would see him coming to the camp, getting some work in, but his ultimate goal should be to go pro a lot sooner than I'm looking to go pro.
Right.
So whether he with super heavyweight, they're taking us both to the camp. So I could kind of see him not saying that he left something in the ring, because he came at me, and I had to stay away from him. But I can see him going pro. It's not it's his last straw. Like, he has to win this tournament. So yeah.
But I thought you fought a great tournament, by the way. I thought you really did.
I feel like I had the hardest route through the tournament. Everybody was 6'6", 6'6",
that
6'8",
is true.
6'7".
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Every bout, that you were in, and standing here, right now on camera, I'm not a big guy, 5'10", 185. Certainly not a little guy either.
Right.
But, looking at us, on the camera, clearly, you have a good size on you. And then when you get in the ring, just the difference in the stature between you and the gentleman that you're boxing.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Wow.
You know,
I've been getting that all week. Is he
right.
supposed to be in the ring with him? Is he
right.
189? I get
does.
that all the way. I
you
get that all
look
the time.
small in that, but the beauty of that whole thing is the fact that even with that, you know, what may have been part of what worked is the fact that, like you said, everybody was like that.
Right.
So you were able to fight the same way all week.
My coach said it for the first time this week, and I loved it. He said, let boxing take care of boxing.
Right.
Let boxing take care of boxing.
And, you know, you fought that way all week. You fought well all week, and you took it all the way into the finals on today, fighting, you know, boxing that same way that you had all week, and it served you well. And you stand here now as a national champion.
And it's still registering. It's registering because I've been to – I mean, I got runner-up at a tournament, but, yeah, it's still hitting me. I'm number 1 in the USA.
Number 1. Man, that's got to be a great feeling right there.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
It is.
How long
I'm so
ago
glad
did you
I get to go home. I've been boxing since I was 5'6".
Okay.
That's when my coach started me.
Right.
I didn't get my first fight till I was 12. My dad talking to me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, my dad got me in the ring when I was a little bitty boy.
Right.
And I got my first fight when I was 12.
Right.
I actually fell behind. I only got 27 fights.
Right.
This made my 27 fights. So
right.
I was behind on fights, but where I lack in fights, I work on, like, with sparring and getting a good experience.
Getting the rounds and making
Right.
I tell you what, it has worked for you. Whatever the formula is, I enjoyed. You did a great job in this tournament.
Yes,
I don't have to tell you that because you stand here now as the national champion. You're part of Team Elite. You're going to be traveling about the globe, you know, getting that great training, you know, that comes along with that. And, again, the phrase that I've been telling these young boxers that by making this team, you get the opportunity to be as good as you want to be.
As I want to be.
And so with that in mind.
Well, the whole game plan, because actually, I'm going to open up a little bit. Actually, I ended up having a hernia surgery. I had a hernia surgery October the 6th. So I only had about 4 to 5 weeks to really get in shape.
Right.
Because the last week, right before the tournament, we're not really doing too much. We're just staying sharp.
Right.
So I only had about 4 to 5 weeks to really get in some good shape. And I just made I was in the gym working hard as hell in the gym. So
well, it shows.
I can see it showing now.
It shows because you're standing here right now. So you have the belt, Team Elite, USA Boxing National Championship 2021. It goes down in the history books. Yeah. It'll be there forever. When you look at it years and years from now, you pull it up, Google it. It's going to say that you did it. So right quick, give me those shout-outs back to Houston.
I want to give a shout-out to my dad, my coach, Coach Melvin Malone. Y'all follow him on Instagram.
Right.
My dad, my brother, my mom, my sister, my whole family. They believed in me every step of the way. Every step of the way. Even when it wasn't showing. Like, you know, amateur boxing, we're not making any money. Money, so it's kind of hard to stay behind something, but to know that later on it's going to pay off. And I can kind of see it's paying off now.
Well, you know, the best investment that you can make is when you invest in yourself. And investment in yourself should always be money well spent.
Yes,
and so
sir.
that's what that's about. So you putting in the bank, you know, all of that hard work, and it is going to pay off. And I think that is beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, we're headed back home. I say we because I'm headed back to Houston. Too. We have a champ headed back home to H-Town. And it is Joshua Edwards, ladies and gentlemen. Man, thank you so much for stopping by, Jay.
Man, I appreciate it.
I can't wait, you know, to see it. It's not my first time seeing you, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I see this kid. I can't wait to see him in the future, man. You did a great job, guy.
I appreciate that.
I love it. Boy, I think we have made our way to the end of this tournament, ladies and gentlemen.
I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Joshua, man. You are awesome. I think we have done it. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that is the absolute last one. If you can believe it, I believe that it is, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a long journey, ladies and gentlemen, as you can tell from the individuals that have been a part of this. Yes, it has been tough. I know you can't see it, America, but in front of me, behind that camera, you are seeing this arena be transformed. These men and women that have worked incredibly hard all week have not stopped just because the boxing has ended. It is amazing what they have done to train.